Diane and Denmark here, and rah. It's the start of a new week, Monday morning, and I'm going to combine two elements in this video here. First of all, I'll give you the Flylady's mission for cruising through Christmas and holidays, and then I'm going to combine it today with doing a wee spot of detailed cleaning, detailed decluttering in Zone 3. Anyway, let's not get ahead of ourselves, just take one thing at a time, one pom-pom in front of the other. The Flylady mission, if you're doing, the prepping for Christmas and the holidays, or as I've said before, even if you're not prepping for Christmas, the missions are really great because they tie in nicely with the daily focus. So if you haven't tried the daily focus before, it fits in very nicely. Anyway, so the Flylady mission for today, when you're doing your weekly home blessing hour, your 1 hour clean, not detail clean, your 1 hour upkeep clean of the house. And remember the clues in the title, it's the weekly home blessing hour, not 2 hours, not 3 hours. When you're going around to, doing that today, I've got my wee cleaning caddy. Hopefully you've maybe got a bag in there. When you're walking around today doing your weekly home blessing hour, see if there's any kind of junk that you can get rid of, any obvious rubbish, trash, let's get it out of there. So that's the mission for today, which will be mission, I think, number 21. Yeah, we've been going for a few weeks, mission 21. And as I said, I want to do a little clean in here today. The zone that we're working on in Flylady land this week is 3 and TOTH, and usually, not always, you will see me in our bathroom. Zone 3, if you're new to Flylady the Zones, it always sounds a bit complicated and people don't quite understand it. It's the bathroom plus one other room. And the reason the Flylady, I think, put that together, I think Marla put it together because we are in the bathroom, like the living room. You're in your bathroom, hopefully, every day, taking your shower, brushing your teeth. And when you're in there, you're doing, your swish and swipe of the toilet and maybe just wiping down a counter. So the bathroom is hopefully never getting that bad. So when we're in bathroom week, which is always the third week of the month, you can take just a wee bit of extra time just to wipe down, the outside of the bath, of the sink. Check your supplies in there. Do you need toilet roll? Do you need shampoo? Those little things. But it also gives us time to maybe look at one other room that you're not kind of living in. You're not using it on a daily basis, but are using it from time to time, such as, I'll give you a few examples. Your office, if you have an office space, the laundry room, if you're lucky enough to have a room where you actually do your laundry, guest bedroom. We don't use this room very often, but you need to keep it on your radar so you don't kind of suddenly have guests arriving and then, you open the door and it's kind of, they're kind of walking through the cobwebs like in an Indiana Jones film. So I'm going to do a wee spot of detailed cleaning and decluttering in here. You're welcome to join me. If you want help with just doing the basic cleaning of, say, the bathroom, if you're new to Flylady and new to the zones, just stick to the basic stuff. I'll put a link up there. I think the playlist that I have is called Flylady Zones, and it shows me working along with you for 15 minutes at a time. Please don't go down that road of spending an hour detailed cleaning things because it's not fun. Do 15 minutes, get the good music going, or have me working with you, and then take a break, and then you can come back to it. None of this kind of, you don't do anything for 10 years and then you want to spend, 10 months cleaning one area. So anyway, let me turn you around. I've got my pom-poms and I've got my wee cleaning caddy and I've got a bag for anything that we might find. Sorry. It makes a bit of a noise, this chair, that one. Okay, so I'll turn you around and let's get going. Right, now there's not really much in this room. We try and keep it kind of light and bright. There's a dresser there, where I'll show you that in a minute, what's inside it, the bed, and we've got a kind of open system for storing guest hand towels, bath towels, and some dressing gowns and robes. It's mainly family who are staying here, and a wee chair, and there's some shelving there. And that is about it. So there's not much, and I'll just show, oh, there's one other thing, I won't show you exactly, but behind, behind the door, on the radiator wall, I have a picture frame. It's a nice gold picture frame, and in that I've put a list of my telephone number, the husband's number, you know, daughter and son, so that when our guests are here, you know, if they're using the house when we're not here, and they need to get in touch with us, we've got the telephone numbers. I've also put on the Wi-Fi code, and I've just realised that we have changed network since the last time I put this up. So I'm going to print out a new one and put that into the frame and get it hung up back on the wall. Anyway, let's get on with a wee bit of cleaning. Oh, but the first thing is, I want to have a quick look and see if there's anything that needs to go out of this room. Remember, you may be prepping for Christmas and you've got visitors coming. Have a look today and see what is in this room. Is there anything that can come out? And I'm just going to go around the room, you know, clockwise. Okay, and most of the stuff that we have in here, as I said, is for the guests. But actually, that one, I'm going to clothes swap party tomorrow, and I've got this kind of silky dressing gown, but nobody ever really wears that one. So that is going to go to the clothes swap party tomorrow. Can't wait. I'll be making a video about that, don't worry. Right, so I'll leave these kind of terry toweling ones. Those are fine. And this, here's a case in point. I was using this one in the bathroom. You may remember this is where I used to keep the bathroom towels. I don't have a laundry cupboard anymore. I keep the towels that we need in the bathroom in a basket there, the ones for the guests in here, and that is it. But I swapped over the baskets, and I put this basket in here because I was thinking, should I hold on to it? So this one, I'm going to see if I've got a couple of baskets down in the basement, and if not, this one will go to the charity shop. Yeah, because I've got another couple of baskets in here. I've got one that we use, you know, as a trash or rubbish basket, and we don't need two of them in here. But that was one of those. Oh, I'll just put it in here and think about it, and you know how that goes. So anyway, that one can probably go, and then basically there's nothing over there. Let's just have a wee look in the drawers. In the dresser, if I can just turn you around. So it's not great for filming here, but you know, I said I don't stop to do fancy filming. We're just, you know, we're just working along together. Right, and on top of here, this belonged to my dearly departed Danish father-in-law, I think. And here I just keep little extras for guests. And this is from time Mum and Dad used to stay here a lot, and Dad loved Imperial leather soap. We normally just use you know, soap, the squishy soap. But I don't know, the smell just reminds me of Dad, so hold on to that, and it makes the drawer smell nice. Right, and we've got like little timer switches and converter plugs, you know, if we've got guests coming from the UK. So that's alright. And this one, I have various dishes, you know, that I put out if people want to, you know, put their jewellery or whatever in it. But I don't keep them out because they just kind of get dusty, so they keep there when we're not using them. I've got a wee basket with things like hairdryer for guests. And of course, the Danish flag to welcome them. And I really stick that into a bowl of flowers when they come. And the only other thing in here are guidebooks to Denmark, so that can all stay. Yeah. And then the next one, I have a cover for the bed for when it gets cold, so that can stay in there. Yeah, and an extra pillow in case somebody wants, you know, to be a bit more comfy when they're reading. And the last one in here, I keep family. I keep their slippers. Sometimes they leave some slippers here so they don't need to pack it for every time they're coming here. Because you know, in Denmark we don't wear shoes inside the house, so everybody's always got slippers on. So I keep those in the bottom there. And the only other thing that I have in this dresser, and I'm sure you've seen it before, are my teddies from when I was a child. Big Ted and Little Ted. So they kind of sleep in here. I don't want to have them in my bedroom. I don't know why, I just think that's a bit kind of weird as an adult having teddy bears in the bedroom. Anyway, and this one is my mum's pyjama case from when she was a wee girl. See, you can put the pyjamas in there. And my mum is 83 and she didn't want to have it any longer, but I don't know, I just like having it. So anyway, that stays in here. Right, okay, so there's nothing to be decluttered in there, and basically that's all the storage we have. So probably the basket and the dressing gown is going to clothes swap. Right, next thing I'm going to do a bit of cobwebbing. Let me just get my feather duster on a stick, and you know the usual thing, let's just go round the room. Because as I say, you don't want to be saying to guests, oh, come and stay, and then you open the door and then fighting through the cobwebs. And it's not something, you know, at rooms like this, it's not something that you need to be doing every single month, but just keep them on your radar. Okay, I'm just doing the corners as well, and actually I'll do along the baseboards at the same time, the skirting boards. Just get behind here. And that's why it's a really good idea to print out the detailed cleaning lists, because you're not going to be checking off everything on them every time. It'll just be a wee reminder, oh yeah, I haven't done the laundry room for a long time, or you know, I haven't been into the garage for a long time. Right, okay, moving along. Behind the bed. Up again. There we are. And it's not a huge room, this one, but I think it's a really cosy room. It actually used to be my DS18's room, you know, my dear son 18. But he used to be in this room, and the guest room was his room. And then we realised, you know what, he's living here all the time, so he deserves to have the really good room. And the guests, they're only here for a short amount of time. It is a nice room, so he swapped over a couple of years ago. Right, okay, and I'll give that a shake out the window because there's quite a lot of cobwebs on that. I'll give that a shake out the window when we are done. Whoop, there we go, look. Woo, little bunnies. Right. And I'll give, oh, hold on, I'll give a really good hoover, a really good vacuum once I finish making the video. I don't want to make noise just now. Okay, then I'm going to do the, I'm just going to dust off the flat surfaces, so feel free to do that along with me. Hold on, there we go. And you may also want to think about the bedding in this room. Do you need to wash things? I was washing bedding at the weekend. You know, maybe pencil it into your diary. If you've got guests coming, actually pencil in which days, you know, which date you're actually going to put on the bedding, and look out some guest towels for them. And I don't bother usually using anything like polish or stuff on the wood. I try and keep the amount of products that we use down to a minimum. There. That's that done. Okay, and I'm just doing the lamp, the base of the lamp over here. And then I'll just go behind it and do the top of the radiator. There we are. And then the shelves of the shelving unit. There we go. on the top of any pictures that you have hanging up. I'll just do the base of this lamp. There we go. And I know this looks a bit silly, but it was a couple of drawings which I did, you know, these 5-minute cookie drawings, about, let me see, probably about 20 years ago, but I think it's just quite funny. I've got a lady and a man, and they hang here in the guest bedroom. Right, side table, window, and a fan in here. I'll do my usual. I'm going to clean the window in here. Let me just grab a cloth. Here we are. Flylady silver rag, or one of the purple rags. Just use a microfiber one, and it's so easy to clean. Just some generic glass cleaner. Quick squish squish, and we will be done. I'll just stand on this one. Here we go. Scoosh, 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 scoosh. There we are. And remember, be careful. You don't need to be doing like the whole window. And maybe you need some help for doing windows, but I just get as much as I can. There we are. Ooh, I'm actually looking outside and it looks really, really pretty with all the red and the green. Not so much green, more kind of orange. Right. Okay, that can go back. I was, washing bed sheets and things at the weekend, so I'll put the covers back on, the small cushions, but I won't make up the bed until we need it. Now let me see how long I've been going for. Okay, we're at 18 minutes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the things that need to be decluttered. And I'm going to move those out of the way, and I'm going to pack away these things, and then I can use my little caddy when I do my weekly home blessing hour today. And that is about it. So let me just sit down and say goodbye properly. Right, and just a reminder, don't get caught up in looking back at the old holiday missions. They kind of repeat. Hopefully you'll have seen a pattern in that Mondays will be clean and fling, you're just kind of being aware of what's in your house before we really get into party season and event season. Tuesdays are normally something to do with plan and play, planning the food. Wednesday's an anti-procrastination day task, you know how that works. So don't worry about the old holiday missions. And also a little reminder that in December we do the super cruising missions. So don't feel like you're already behind. You are where you are. So just move forward from here, one foot in front of the other, one pom-pom in front of the other, and it will all be all right. So anyway, I'm off to upload the video. I hope you have a fantastic Monday, and I shall see you very soon. Okay, Diane in Denmark saying live long and prosper. May the Danish sugar be with you, and see you. Bye.